As an introvert, spending my days mostly by myself is a dream, but sometimes it feels wrong. When it's awesome, I can feel super guilty because I know other people's lives are really tough right now. Other times, I think something must be wrong with me because I have all this free time, so why am I not more fit? Or why don't I cook more? Or why can't I keep up with posting to YouTube even when I'm out of town for 3 weeks? Or why don't I have more meaningful connections? Or why don't I make more money? Why am I not more confident? Why is it so hard for me to speak up for myself? Or why don't I spend less time on my phone? Why don't I wear makeup more? For the most part, I don't mind all of those things. I've intentionally set my life up the way it is, and I love it. But that doesn't always take away the self imposed and sometimes societally imposed pressure to do more and be better. Sometimes I want to be the best at everything, but I look around and it seems like everyone else is better than me. But of course, they aren't making a habit of showing off their belly fat or cellulite or clothes that barely fit or the cereal they ate for supper. So, as you see these little snapshots of my life that were the highlights of my month and a half, or at least the ones I felt like filming, don't forget there's more to it than what you see. Sometimes it's boring, which I try to embrace. But I also try to notice and appreciate the little things more, like the colors of the sunrise or the once or twice a year rain that we get where I live. I got these roses from Trader Joe's over a year ago, and they just keep coming back so beautifully. Rain in the desert. Once our pool closed for the year, I set up my own kiddie pool to read by because we still had some hot weather. So you can see I spend a lot of time by myself, and I have enjoyed painting and playing with new art supplies and testing out and mixing different colors, which I will do a video about on my watercolor channel. And a lot of the clips in this video will be future videos because I want to share about our first trip to Costco because we finally got a membership and some of our favorite things that we got there. I've also had a request about car camping gear and what I use. So I did go on just a one night camping trip while my husband was out of town for work. And so I recorded some of me packing and setting up and cooking and the stuff that I used and really enjoyed. So I also have some old footage from when I basically lived out of my car for a while and traveled for a few months. I also got to go on one of the trips that my husband did for work because it was only a few hours away in Las Vegas. And we visited a little wood shop because my husband does woodworking. And I just always love looking at the different kinds of woods and the patterns and colors on them. And we also drove through Death Valley on the way back, which we hadn't done. We've been wanting to mark a few more things off of our West Coast list before we move back east next year. We also drove through a really pretty part of LA that we had never been to before. And I've started documenting all of my clothing, which will probably be a future video as well. But I also spoke at an online retreat. But I also wanted you to see what the behind the scenes of my background was. They sent us these heart streamers, which were super cute to put in our video. And I did a giveaway and sent out a copy of my book, Pack Rat to Clutter Free. And I actually sent 2 copies. One that's like a limited edition where I just had so much fun playing with the cover and making it cute and pretty and fun. So that reminds me, I also hiked Pack Rat Trail while we were in Mount Charleston, Nevada, which was 30 degrees cooler than in Las Vegas, which was crazy. But I had to show a picture of that trail since my book is called Pack Rat to Clutter Free. And lastly, if you don't like spiders, then you can stop here. But I thought this was super cool while I was camping that I saw a tarantula in the wild, and it was also attacking a beetle, but the beetle got away. So I actually saw that tarantula and then a coyote and a bunny all within like 1 or 2 minutes, and then basically no other wildlife besides birds. So it's kind of crazy that I can wrap up my almost 2 months of my life into just a less than 10-minute video, but it's also kind of fun doing it that way. Let me know if you're interested in anything in this video that you would like to know more details about and have like a full video on. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing day and that this somehow inspired you and made you feel less alone.